Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Geeks Around. This is your executive producer, DeAno Jackson. We are here, of course, to talk about the season finale for Game of Thrones. It's been a long time coming. We're just going to jump right into it. Of course, we have here with me, as always, our host, Matt Moore. What's going on, Matt?
Not much. Just watched the PlayStation conference, which was awesome.
Yeah, tell me about it. That shit was no joke. Also, of course, our community forum moderator, Knuckles Goldberg, also known as David Kude. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, guys?
Gotta say, I'm loving the lower third right now.
One of the best E3 conferences ever.
Yeah, it's like we'll have to probably do a special hangout on that one later on in the week because, yeah, things ain't looking too hot for Microsoft. Sony just curb stomped them. It was actually pretty funny. But enough of that for now. We're going to go ahead and do some Game of Thrones Season 3 finale talk. First off, overall impressions of this episode, gang. What did you think?
Well, a lot of people bitched and complained about it because it wasn't like the season finale that they were really expecting. But it was really difficult to have a great season finale when you had such an action-packed penultimate episode. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's really... I don't think it's as bad as people thought it was, just because by comparison it seemed bad. I thought it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I was one of the complainers who said, "Oh, I was kind of a boring finale," but all in all, I mean, my mood's so good right now. I don't really even care.
Yeah, that really was an epic conference. I have to say. Yeah, it's like I kind of agree with that. It's like, I mean, I liked it. It was hard to hit that same high point. It's like, I mean, coming in from the opening of the Red Wedding and the beginning of this giant massacre, because once we started this episode, we were kind of right back into that, and we'll get to that briefly. And I should have really probably read my stuff on. But I thought everything was like just very well done and some things lead us very nicely into where we should be going next year when season 4 kicks things off. Going ahead and putting everything on silent now. No more interruptions. Sorry about that, gang. All right. Normally we get this party started by going to King's Landing, where some stuff did go down, but particularly after the events of last week's episode, we really need to get back to the Twins and finish things up there. So what we saw, of course, was the continuation of the massacre of just this giant fucking massacre, as all of King Rob's forces, all of his bannermen, were slaughtered, and meanwhile the Hound and Arya are just trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that was. Sorry, I was gonna say, and that ended pretty funny because. Arya got her first kill.
Arya went medieval on somebody's ass. It's like this motherfucker over there talking shit about what he just did to her brother. Arya's like, okay, we're gonna talk shit. It's like, let me come down off this horse. Hold on. It's like, did you say something, motherfucker? It's like she's trying to play. She's playing it cool, put them all in a false sense of security as they were sitting around their little campsite and cooking up some meat and everything like that. It's like, oh yes, can I get some food? But I'm hungry. Here I have a coin. Oh, and guess what else I have? I have this dagger, motherfucker! Guess what, bitch? Stab the fucking shit out of him. I mean, it's like, for Arya's first kill, I mean, that thing was fucking brutal. She didn't just kill him, she killed the living shit out of him.
And I love the Hound's reaction. Next time you're gonna do that, just let me know first.
Yeah, exactly. He wasn't mad about anything else. It's like, just goddamn, next time you want to kill someone and start a little something, can I get a heads up? I mean, just look at me, wink or some shit like that. I ain't got no problem killing motherfuckers, but it's like, I'm all the way over here, and motherfuckers need to die over here. I'm just saying. Just let a nigga know.
Do you want to say they did show the scene that I thought that they had cut out of last week's episode, which is where they put Rob's Wolf Summers' head on his body and marched him around as the King of the North.
Yeah, it's like I felt so bad for Arya having to see that, having to see what they did to her brother.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
Yeah, but that's lighting a fire under her ass. It's like I so want to see her train like as an actual assassin. It's like I'm hoping that's where we're going here.
Yeah, I'm really hoping. I've been hoping for that since mid of second season.
Agreed. Any thoughts on that, David?
Nope.
Who's read the books?
Yeah. Oh well, had to give it a shot. But it's like I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what's going on in their storyline. And once again, I really do like seeing Arya together with the Hound. It is a very unlikely pairing, considering that the two of them honestly should despise each other. But I think, particularly after this event, there's sort of a mutual respect thing they have going there. What do you guys think?
I think that there really wasn't much of that until. Well, I mean, there was a mutual respect going on, but I think that mutual respect just about doubled in this particular episode. because he didn't get on her case for killing a guy, and she had the balls to actually go kill a guy. So I mean, both ways that they both get what they want from the other person.
Mm-hmm. All right, now we'll kind of do things a little bit normal style. Let's go ahead and head back to King's Landing for a bit. Where at first we kind of see Sansa and Tyrion getting along, for the most part. Given the situation that both of them have been forced into, it's like they seem to be getting along fairly well until Tyrion got called to the small council meeting and got informed, oh yeah, Rob, he's kind of dead. Actually, he's a lot dead. And Joffrey, that little bitch, man.
He showed up. He was at a small council meeting.
Well, he was carried. He was carried.
He probably was, yes.
Oh no, he probably wanted to come to this one. It's like, oh hell yeah, Rob's dead. I'm gonna take his head and I'm gonna serve it to Sansa. And everyone else is like all trying to play it off. It's like, and Cersei's like, oh no, I'm sure he's kidding. He's not serious. Joffrey's like, yes I am. I'm going to take it.
Okay, no, I'm going to serve his head. I'm going to serve his head to Sansa.
Yeah. Did I stutter?
Then we get another death threat from Tyrion.
Yeah.
That seems to be the order of the day. It's like, I almost miss the days when Joffrey could say something stupid and Tyrion could just slap the shit out of him. That will never come out of my head back in season 1. That shit was fantastic.
I think the best part of that scene, though, was when, then Joffrey kind of talks shit to Tywin. And then Tywin's like, the king is tired. It's like, I am not tired.
Yeah. Take your ass to bed, little boy.
I was watching this.
Talking.
I was watching this scene with basically everything I was thinking Tyrion voiced. Like when he was reading the message, I'm all like, what is this? Some kind of perverted poetry? And then he says, what is this? Some kind of weird poetry? And I'm all like, holy crap. and then later on, you sent the most powerful person in Westeros and sent him to bed without supper. And I'm all like, I was just thinking that.
Yeah. But Tom had a good point. It's like you think that sitting on the throne makes you the most powerful person, which kind of I do see his point there. I mean, it's like yes, he's sitting on the throne, but he's really not the one running things for the most part. I think that would go to Tywin.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it's like I wish that that Tyrion would have been able to be the one to tell Sansa about her brother. It's like, I mean, I don't know how Sansa heard the news, how it was relayed to her, but I don't think it was done as nicely as it would have, coming from Tyrion. I mean, it's kind of hard to nicely tell someone your brother was viciously murdered at a wedding where he was supposed to be safe because he was under guest rights, but fucking Frey disregarded that because he had protection from my dad. And yeah, now your brother's dead, and and your mom's dead. And
I believe in the book, Joffrey's the one who breaks the news to her.
Oh, really? Oh god, that'd have been worse.
If I remember correctly.
Oh man, that would have been even worse. And now, interesting. Interestingly enough, here we also have Lord Varys trying to get Shay to leave King's Landing and go elsewhere. It's like, I mean, just giving her, it's like, here's a shitload of money. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's telling her that she is a distraction towards a great man who has great things in his future. At least that's how Varys kind of seems to feel. And yeah, she wasn't having it.
Yeah, not in the slightest. And you kind of feel bad. It's like, I mean, it's a very unfortunate situation. It's like, even Lord Varys can see that she loves Tyrion very much, and of course that feeling is very mutual from Tyrion's side, and due to these extenuating circumstances and shit, that's just not going to happen. It's just not.
And he did make a good point, though. She's young enough that she has her whole life ahead of her. And, I mean, she can spend the rest of her life the lover of a married man, or she could spend her life in luxury, and she chose Tyrion.
Yeah, indeed. And also, I was like, we had another actually fairly cordial conversation between Cersei and Tyrion. Mm-hmm. Which was, you know, it's still a shock to me anytime they're talking to one another, and it's fairly, you know, a cordial conversation, given the fair amount of hatred that they have for one another. But Cersei's trying to give her brother some fairly good advice. It's like, okay, just give her a baby, and then they will be happy. And he's pointing out, it's like, yeah, as happy as you were, Joffrey. Fucking great. It's like, are you happy now? It's like, and she told the truth.
Like,
no.
Well, that's not.
They I don't know. I think the most interesting thing that Cersei did this particular episode was not jump her brother's bones.
I just don't think we had enough time for that yet. It's like, I'm sure they'll get to that, because, well, see, and here's the thing about that is, like, I mean, we have, of course, here Jaime finally returning to King's Landing after, you know, so long of being gone. He's been gone from King's Landing since, like, what, season 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been gone all this time, and now, you know, he's finally back. But I would have liked to see some of the things that happened on the road with him and Brienne. Mm-hmm. I mean, because, like, he was only there for like a couple of seconds. Like, it was like, okay, back in King's Landing. Yeah, there's my sister, Cersei. Hi. She turns around. There he is, and that's the last we see of Jaime in this entire episode.
No. Though he did get called a countryman before that.
Yeah, sure.
And disrespected, which the Lannister would never be disrespected. But he wasn't recognizable as a Lannister anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, I mean, you look back at, you know, how he was looking in season 1 and look at him now. Now, if we didn't know that was the same character, it's like it'd be hard for us to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Because the Jaime Lannister that walked back to King's Landing in this episode is a completely different man than the one that left. And I don't mean just physically.
Yeah, I have to agree.
It's like, I think we could be seeing a sort of redemption of his character here. It's like, I mean, just coming from the man that presumably, well, it's like in his mind, he was pushing a 9-year-old boy off a window to his death. It's like, that's who he was when we first saw him in the pilot episode of Game of Thrones, and now he's a man that will jump into a bear pit unarmed to save someone that honestly he hasn't even known for that long, but he came to respect.
Well, he did have 1.5 arms.
Well, I don't know, but more like a 1 7/8.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, no, he has the full arm, just not the hand.
Oh.
That cut off at the wrist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that still cracks me up. It's like he just jumped in there. It's like, run, Brienne, for I, Jamie, am here. It's like, yeah, to do what? Get eaten first? Come on now. But it just shows how much his character has changed since then. And now I'm kind of wondering if this new more mature, more honorable Jamie Lannister. I want to see this Jamie Lannister now interact with everyone else. It's like, will he still cultivate the same relationships that he had back in season 1 when he was there?
Well, it kind of makes you wonder. I mean, when it comes to his relationship with specifically his father, whether he's going to be at odds with his father, and if he is at odds with his father, does he have half a chance of surviving that?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, because personality-wise and his just core sense of ethics that he seems to have now, I'd say the person he has most in common with right now is Tyrion.
Yeah.
Who do you think Tywin will tell Jamie to marry?
This point, who the fuck knows?
Probably Sansa. Because why not?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Well, he'll tell her just to impregnate her. It's a Lannister. Kidding.
Yeah, exactly. One Lannister's as good as the other, so, have at it.
I don't know. I think he'd shit a brick if, if Tyrion had a kid with a prostitute. I think Tywin would probably straight out kill the kid.
You think so?
Yeah.
And the prostitute.
Yeah, and the prostitute. And the horse they rode in on.
Yes. It's funny, I was thinking that too.
All right, and now,
Speaking of pushing kids out of out of a window, let's go to Bran.
yeah, why not?
Order.
Yeah, it's like we finally have like two separate sets of characters interacting with each other for the first time as Bronn and his little crew run into nobody, who else but Samwell and Gilly. And Samwell, upon seeing Bronn's direwolf, immediately figures out who he is. It was kind of funny. It's like he tried to dodge. It's like, you're John's little brother, isn't it? No, I'm not. It's like, bitch, please. I know a direwolf when I see one. And yeah, I know that's Hodor. Or is it Hodor? Yeah, okay. It's like, we're fine. And okay, all right. I am now officially not mad at Sam anymore. It's like I know I gave Sam a whole lot of shit.
For dropping the knife.
Yeah, for dropping the knife. I didn't realize he had so many others on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, knowing that, yeah, I probably would have left that one too. It's like fuck this shit. I've got like 20 more of these things. Fuck it, I'm leaving.
I've got 20 more of these things, and I know where the rest are.
Uh-huh.
That's also kind of important, because, I mean, there might need to be more than, like, 20 people armed with them.
Uh-huh. And also, going back a little bit before that, is like I thought it was interesting that Bronn was telling the story, of the rat cook, and this pretty much harkens back to, is like, I mean, for a lot of people, for I think most people watching Game of Thrones, they realized that what happened at the Red Wedding was bad, but they didn't understand fully why it was bad. It's like, actually, it's like, David, it's like, you've read the books, you're a better person to explain this.
Well, it's really kind of like how people call Jamie a kingslayer. Like, there's like nothing worse that you can do to curse yourself than to like kill a king or to kill a kin. And so that's kind of like in the same tradition, in that killing a guest in your home is like just like bad karma in Westeros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so being guests of the household, coming in and eating their food, they were protected under guest rights. So that means that, while you're a guest of somebody's somebody's home, you cannot attack them, and they cannot attack you. It's like it's completely a non-combat zone. Now, because the phrase had sort of Tywin gave the nod to him and said he'd look out for him. That's why they did this. Why they felt comfortable enough to completely disregard that ruling. You know, that general just, you know, I mean, it wasn't exactly a law. It's just what you did. It's just basic code of honor, and they completely disregarded that. Because like I've gotten word from a lot of people who says like, well, what were they doing there unarmed and whatnot? That's why they were unarmed, because they weren't expecting an attack. Because what happened at the Red Wedding is just something that is not done.
It's just like kind of like general rules of conduct for noble families. What
Right.
they can't do.
Yeah, if you don't invite someone over to your house to kill them. You go to their house to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rule then, it's a rule now.
Yeah. Well, actually, not killing generally is
Oh,
is a
there's
rule,
that too,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, just wherever you happen to be, if you get pissed off at someone, you should probably avoid killing them, because you're not supposed to do that. But that's another story. But that was that whole thing. So, okay, moving on from that is like, now that everyone knows who they are, Bronn is asking Sam to. It's like, okay, yeah. It's like he tells him, it's like, look, John saved my life a bunch of times. I'm alive because of him. You're his brother. That means you're my brother. You need anything? Tell me what you need, and I'll do it. And Bronn's like, okay, good. Take me beyond the wall. And you could just see the look on Sam's face was pretty much anything other than that. I actually expected him to say it. Anything.
You didn't let me finish. I said I was gonna say anything but take you beyond the wall.
Yeah. Don't be interrupting me, boy.
Place I just came from, not going there. I guess.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, there's White Walkers, there's all sorts of shit, these crazy motherfuckers. Yeah, that ain't happening. But it's like, at least he did arm them with protection against the White Walkers before hauling ass back to Castle Black.
And I love the fact that when he's faced with the idea that no one's killed a White Walker in thousands of years, he's all like, whatever. Someone had to be the first. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I did think that was pretty cool, too. It's like, I think anyone else would have been popping their collar on that one. It's like, no one's killing these things? Well, anybody isn't Sam Little. And then it's like, but he's not, but it's like, yeah, then at that point, Sam and Gilly off headed to Castle Black. They're not the only ones headed there. It's like, that's where John's headed too. But before he gets there, Ygritte finds him, and she ain't happy.
Turns him into a pincushion.
That's totally what I was thinking too. It's like, at first I was thinking, it's like, she's not going to shoot him. And then I was like, wait a second, this is Ygritte. Of course she's going to shoot him.
And she doesn't do like some like, oh, I'm going to shoot you like where it barely hits you. She shoots him square in the fucking back.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think she put like, what, 3 arrows in him? 4?
Yeah.
Like, she was not fucking around at all. It's like, it's one of those things I said. Is like, I mean, they honestly do love each other, but John has his responsibilities as a sworn brother of the Night's Watch, and that's what he's going to do. So it's like, I mean, Ygritte took out her anger, and the way that Ygritte knows how to take out her anger. I'm surprised Joe got to Joe. I'm surprised that John got to Castle Black in one piece, even if barely.
Yeah.
Now, it was funny when Sam got there, and he's being talked to. It's like, I thought it was really cool that Gilly decided to name her son after him. But that quickly put him in a bad situation, because the Meister thought that was his kid. He's like, whoa, wait a second. No, I remember my oath, motherfucker. This ain't my kid.
Well, Master's wives.
Yeah. It's one of the credits.
I've only been gone for 1 month, Master Aemon.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I was like, I know you probably ain't had none never, but it's like the process is a little bit longer than this. Come on now.
The Meister hadn't been in the world for a while, so maybe he forgot.
Stranger things have happened. But eventually, so they take her in, and everything's fine. And then John eventually gets there, sort of. Thank God the horse knew where it was going, because John was completely out of it by the time he got back to Castle Black. But at least he's alive-ish for now, as we go into season 4, because that's the last we see of him in this episode. Now, it's also nice to be able to finally put a name to the person who's been making Theon's life a living hell this entire season. Turns out this is Lord Bolton's bastard child. Shit, I can't remember his name right now.
Did you, David?
Wait, sorry, who?
The guy who's torturing Theon. What's his name?
Begins with a Ramsay. Ramsay
Ramsay Bolton.
No, Ramsay Snow. He's a bastard, remember?
No, not anymore.
Huh?
He's been legitimized.
Oh, really? It's like, did I miss that? Because like the only last name that I heard referencing him was Ramsay Snow.
I think they did in the episode. I think his father mentioned it. Not spoiler alert, sorry. It's not a big deal, though.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Well, Ramsay. And it's like Ramsay decided to go ahead and send a gift to Theon's dear old dad. Sent him his son's favorite toy. In other words, he sent him his son's dick in a box.
Dick in a box. Dick in a box.
Yeah, yeah, but it's fucked up though. It's like Lord Greyjoy is like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. It is what it is. He ain't one of us anyway. Meanwhile, Theon's big sister is like, no, fuck this. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna go get a ship, and I'm gonna go get a bunch of these hard-hitting motherfuckers. About to go over there, and we gonna get my brother back.
Yeah, which was a nice surprise because she generally did not seem to care about Theon like one bit.
Well, there's not caring for someone. There's this between not liking someone very much and not caring when somebody cuts off his dick and sends it to you in a box.
Right.
Now, here's one thing I was thinking is, has Theon at this point paid the iron price? I think we can assume that he has.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. It's like
interesting note, because I don't think it's a spoiler because it never happened, but the thing with his sister Asha actually never happens in the book. She does not go after him, so I don't know where they're going with that. That's like that's like a new development.
Okay, all right. Now you've got my curiosity. What does happen to Theon in the books?
Well, Theon and Asha, they're not even in the third book actually. They don't. They're. She's not in until book 4, again, from book 2, and something very different happens with her. So I don't know if that's going to happen still or not.
Interesting. So they're actually taking some liberties now and mixing things up.
I was actually reading an article earlier about how, because a lot of the books don't have some of the major characters, some of the major characters that people love, that they're going to end up juggling around the story some more to get it to where they're going to add story basically just so they could get these characters to continue to be in the show.
Interesting. Okay. All right, I'll take it. Anytime I'm getting more stories, like that's really never a bad thing.
Yeah. As far as that storyline goes, it's all up in the air.
Oh, good. So now even you know what's going to happen. Okay. That's going to be interesting. All right, next stop, Dragonstone?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. So let me see. We have Davos now released, talking to Gendry and kind of telling him a story about how he became a lord. Because let's not forget, it's like the entire point of this is that the Red Witch wants to kill him to use his blood for some kind of spell and whatnot. Davos is very, very clear that he does not want this shit to happen. And he tries to implore Stannis to spare, his nephew's life.
Yeah.
And
Just to be clear, because I don't think they've outright said it, but what she wants to do is basically like burn him alive to make a wish. That's basically what she wants to do.
that makes perfect sense. Yeah. So kind of like, it's a really big birthday candle then.
Well, kind of like with the leeches, where she got his blood that way, and then like, she put in 3 names, and then all of a sudden one of them dies.
Couldn't she just have a lot of sex with him? I mean, that part would suck with the cutting and all that, but I think that's preferable to being burned alive.
Probably. But I guess just burning them alive is just faster, I guess. I don't know.
I suppose. But at that point, it's he tried appealing to Stannis. Stannis wasn't having it, so Davos said, "Okay, fuck it. I'm releasing him, and he getting the hell out of here." And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, my favorite line. I don't know why this was my favorite line, but my favorite line was said here, and that's why did you do this? And he's all like, "Because I'm a slow learner."
Yeah.
Dude just got out of prison.
Uh-huh. It's true though. It's like, yes, the last time I defied him, they threw me in jail, and now that I'm out, the first thing I do in my official capacity as his hand is to defy him again. Yeah, I'm smart. Oh, well, fuck it. Get out of here. And of course, this time Stannis ain't playing around when he learns of Davos' betrayal, and pretty much orders him dead. But Davos had something up his sleeve. See, because he had gotten word, and because Stannis' daughter had taught him how to read, he knows that up north of the wall, we're about to have some serious problems, and this fucking battle down here for the 7 kingdoms is about to mean fuck all. It's like, this is where the real battle is, and you're gonna need me, bitch.
And it was kind of a little surreal to have the Red Witch turn like that, because she read the message, then burned the message, because apparently she likes burning things. And she saw in the flames that this whole White Walker thing was going to be a big deal. And so she completely changed her stance on the whole killing Gendry thing.
Yeah.
Which was kind of awesome.
Yeah, because Stannis still wanted to kill Davos. See, he didn't give a fuck. He was like, nope, I'm still going to kill you, defied me, fuck you, I'm killing you. And it was the Red Witch that said, no, he's right, we're going to need him. And then it's like, Stannis was kind of stuck there. It's like, he did kind of find it funny, though, that the Red God that Davos has been talking shit about this entire time is the one that, in this case, ended up saving his life. Because had the Red Witch not said that, this episode would have ended with, well, not ended, but another death would have happened somewhere in it, somewhere. Because that'd have been the last we see of him. But it's like, so now we have, so south of the wall, the only ones that are aware of what's going on with the oncoming madness that's about to happen are the Night's Watch, and now Stannis' people over at Dragonstone. Everyone else is still involved with the whole figuring out what's what in the kingdoms and splitting all this up, and they have no idea what's coming from either side, because it's fucked up, because north of the wall you've got the White Walkers and all that shit. Meanwhile, across the Narrow Sea, Dany Targaryen is just amassing more and more of an army.
Yeah, that was a pretty big scene there. I mean, there was a lot of people.
No joke. And I was like, I've said before, and I'll say it again, that this season has absolutely sucked to be Theon Greyjoy. but if you're Dany Targaryen, this is the best season ever. All you did was whoop people's asses and get more people on your cause. That's all Dany did this entire season. That's it. She went around and whooped people's asses and brought them over to her side. That's what she did. That's what she's done.
Yeah, it's interesting to see whether or not she will be viewed as a liberator, or whether or not she'll actually get the chance to go across the narrow sea and actually, take back her lands. If she's going from city to city, freaking liberating slaves, yeah, whether that will take up her time.
Yeah. It's like when she went into all this in the first place, I mean, getting the Iron Throne back, that was top priority. Honestly, that doesn't seem to be priority uno in her head anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think she's done many even mentions of getting the Iron Throne back this season. It's been about all of her mission right now. It's like, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone.
No, not that I can remember, no.
So it's just interesting how her mission has changed from the first time we saw her.
What's his name? Selmy something. Her Queen's Guard.
No,
Okay.
what, did he mention something?
Yeah, he's mentioned taking the Iron Throne, like when he told her when she was going to do that deal with the dragons for the army.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like it's like you can win a kingdom with dragons.
Okay, yeah, I do remember that now.
So
But it's like it doesn't seem to be her main focus right now. And so Danny once again triumphant, has a whole bunch of freed slaves that are adoring her and calling her Mhysa, which is their word for mother, and dragons flying overhead, and that is how we end Season 3 of Game of Thrones. Any final words before we go ahead and end things off for now? A wild speculation for Season 4?
Tyrion becomes king.
Actually, I think just the opposite of that. I think Tyrion's problems are just starting. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen to the end, but bad times are coming. But,
I was going by the no wild speculation is wild enough theory that we had from last week. That's why Tyrion would be king.
Yeah, that's true enough. I mean, hell, after the Red Wedding, I guess anything goes.
Yeah.
But all right. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. That was it for us for Game of Thrones Season 3. Obviously, we'll be right back at it when Season 4 kicks off next year. Next up, later on this year in a couple months, is like we'll be doing discussions for Breaking Bad. We will be doing discussions for Walking Dead Season 4, Dexter, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We've got a lot of fun stuff planned, also on quite a few movies. We'll probably be back here later on this week talking about some of the things that happened at E3 because we're all pretty happy about what happened there. This is actually the longest running time of Geeks Around we've done because the Walking Dead season led directly into Game of Thrones. We've been at this for now 18 straight weeks. We definitely need a break. We will definitely get back with you guys when Breaking Bad starts up again. Also, in the Geeks Around community, you'll find a link to that down below in the description. The guys there are working on some things for Arrested Development, and there's still a bunch of episodes that they did for House of Cards that I will also be throwing up in the interim between right now and when we get things kicked off for Breaking Bad. But yeah, you can always find us at geeksaround.com if you have anything you want to shoot our way.
Hangouts Against Humanity.
Yes, Matt Moore also hosts weekly games of Hangouts Against Humanity. They are a lot of fun. They are not on air. Just come and hang out. Have some fun. Those are all good. Join the Geeks Around community. Again, it's in the description. And I'd actually just personally like to thank all of you out there watching. It's been a great time doing these videos for you guys. I've seen the viewership go higher and higher and higher. We've been doing this we actually passed our anniversary a little bit over a month ago on my calendar. We did our first episode of Geeks Around May 8th last year. And we're just getting started. So Thank you all for coming on this ride with us. Stay tuned to see what's next. My name is DeAno Jackson. Until next time, we are Ghosts.